This is Canavan, Krishna, and Sarah's bacteria report.
Okay, this is Krishna, and our question is: how long do different drinking purification methods, boiling, iodine, chlorine, or water filtration, hold back the most bacteria growth for the longest amount of time? This question is important for hikers and people who live in third world countries because it will show how long you can keep water stored before you need to purify it again, and it shows which purification method works best.
This is a picture.
And our hypothesis is that our group thinks that if we were to see which purification method, filtration, boiling, iodine, chlorine, has the least amount of bacteria growth for the longest amount of time, then the most advanced one, filtration, should have the least amount of bacteria growth for the longest amount of time. And the boiling should have the most bacteria growth. We think that chemical purification methods, iodine, chlorine, should be the median and hold back the second most bacteria growth for the longest. And it should also be noted that since we are testing time as a variable, we think that the bacteria will start to die around 7 days.
This is our expected graph. As you can see the pattern of it, by day 4 it has gone up, and by day 7 it has gone back down lower than how it originally started. As you can see over here, blue is tap, red is boiled, green is iodine, purple is chlorine, and yellow is filtered water.
For our materials, we needed, So, for our materials, For our filters, for our materials, we need iodine capsules, chlorine capsules, a water filter, and a tea kettle or something to boil in. Obviously, to purify the water so that we can test. The camera to take pictures of petri dishes because, so that we know what actually happened. Petri dishes to grow the bacteria. Q-tips to inoculate the petri dishes, and parafilm to seal the petri dishes.
This is our simplified procedure.
Just follow the directions on the box for the chlorine and iodine because it'll be correct. Put the water in a tea kettle, and wait until it boils. Filter water, and then swab each one of them, and inoculate petri dishes. Incubate them, and take observations on days 1, 4, and 7.
Okay, so this is our mini report. I'm going to make it a lot shorter. So 884 million people don't have access to purified water. That's about 1 out of every 8 people. So knowing this, we think that purification methods should be like research. So we wanted to do this. Okay, so our lag. So the phases that bacteria go through is the lag, log, stationary, and decline phase. So the lagged phase is when the bacteria don't grow much because they're getting used to their new environment, and they could be scared. Log phase is when they grow twice the normal speed. Stationary is when they don't grow much at all, and the decline phase is when the amount of bacteria declines. So iodine is a very common way that people use to purify water, and is a disinfectant that's been used since the 1990s. So, but the problem is it can be harmful to some people. And then boiling is also an effective way of purifying water. So, but the problem is it doesn't always boil it. It doesn't always kill all of the bacteria. Chlorine is another way. It's pretty effective. It's pretty old. But chlorine, it can be, if you have large amounts of it or have it for a long time, it can be pretty poisonous. So, water filters, they normally, if they're pretty advanced, they do work very well if you get an advanced filter, but the more and more you use it, and if you don't clean it out that much, then the more and more dirty it's going to get. So, this is the result that we got. Moving on to the data table.
Okay, so our results were not as expected. So our control variable was just the tap with no purification done to it. And at first, it only had 1% of it was covered in bacteria, then 20%, and then it shot right up to 76%. And the boiling, we thought it would be the worst. It would have the least, the most bacteria, but it actually had the least amount. Filtration had the second least, and iodine and chlorine had the most. And chlorine had the most out of iodine and chlorine.
So these are some of the pictures. Iodine plate on day 4, filter on day 1, and day 1 on chlorine. Thanks for watching our video.